It's the people that are just starting to get into gaming. Like, they're not really even the gamer types. They just bought the VR because they heard it was cool and it's the latest trend-setting thing. And they turned around and they suddenly see people my age sitting there having a conversation with a 15-year-old kid or something, and then they're thinking I'm a pedophile because of it. And it's like, hello, the vast majority of the people you're going to be talking to in this game are going to actually be kids. There's nothing you're going to be able to do about it. You're going to run into minors. 80% of the community is minors. And like, it's been like that throughout every online game ever in existence. And until it came to something like this, a lot of the people they hear stuff like, I got 3 adopted kids in this game and they think I'm a pedo and everything for it. And I'm like, hello, like 2 of them are over the age of 25. Well, yeah, because like I'm going on 43 soon. So like that they're legitimately old enough to be my kids. I grew up with like troubled family situation and everything. I've been bounced through foster care and everything like that. And so like I meet kids that are having problems and stuff like that and start chatting with them. And they're like, will you be my dad? Kid, you're lucky I don't have kids and I always wanted kids. Fine, you're my kid. It's like that's usually how it works. I don't know. For me, it's a kid that's like sounds like he's having real life issues and everything, and just wants someone to talk to. And so like I'll introduce him to like a bunch of the other friends I've got and everything. And I'm like, yeah, this is my kid. He adopted me.
I'm a little bit older than you, probably, so just don't rush into things. You know, you have to make sure that not do certain things, but you also don't want to have regret, like if you do choose something. So in the moment, we might be feeling a certain way, but you kind of have to take a step back and look at a bigger picture, because going through my life, it's like, damn, I really wish I would have done this, would have done that. And it's like, if I would have taken a step back and thought about it, I probably would have, things would have turned out a little bit differently. Well, I probably would have rewinded time back to last August, and I would have said no to a certain person. I don't know if I would have had this realization, though, if I didn't actually talk to that person. It all goes back to this one girl I was seeing for like 9 years. Basically, I wish that I would have told her how I felt, and I just didn't know, I guess, how to do it, because I was kind of stupid. I probably would have, after 9 years, I probably would have finally asked her to marry me, but now it's a little too late. She's kind of moved on.
Overthinking. I overthink everything in my life, and I care too much. I wouldn't say caring too much is a bad thing, but I seem to be too open-hearted and care for others more than I care for myself. Not that I ask for anything in return, but it always somehow bites me in the ass.
Honestly, for me personally, just people that care a little bit too much. Because if they care, I feel like I've got to care, and that's never fun for anyone else. Caring about jobs, caring about work, caring about games, caring about sensitivities, all that other shit, all of that. Yeah, I personally just don't want to care anymore. I just want to hang out, just chill, just want to talk to my friends, no matter what they're doing.
For me, I don't think it's people really, because I am very apathetic in a way where I don't care what other people think, which is something I really value about myself. Though it also does come to bite me in the ass when society wants me to do things. This is gonna sound extremely edgy. It's like the whole idea of like the work ethic that society has. You have to always be doing something productive, and I guess that's the kind of counterbalance to the gaming.
말보단 행동이지. It would be honorable to subscribe because actions speak louder than words.
Passage of time, the finity of it. There's not enough, and life is full of experiences one will never have to do because there never is enough time for anything. It will come for you whether you want it or not. The only thing you have to do is be ready for it. Maximize project productivity, maximize enjoyment, maximize social interactions. When I mean probability, I mean the chance of something rare occurring that is highly beneficial or highly detrimental. It makes no sense to gamble. Enjoying oneself is not something that one can be efficient about. You either relax or you don't. You cannot be always at 100%. You're not a robot. I may look like one, but I am not. Life is about experiences. Enjoy oneself. Seek out what, even if you fear it. Seek it out so long it maximizes your enjoyment and minimizes harm to others.
Let me stand up so I can sober up before you answer. Question me.
Oh my
Ooh,
god, this
stress.
is a big one.
Time limits. Time limits. I don't like when there's a time limit on things. I don't like that. It gives me anxiety. It gives me stress. Well, let's say I have this like question you give me, and I get time to answer the question. I probably would never be able to answer the question if the time was. If you do homework and you get time on it, it just becomes so much harder to answer than if I had like unlimited time. I could probably answer the question the same amount of time, but just because there's time limit on it, it makes the question so much harder.
Work mainly because I'm stuck working 45 to 50 hours a week, working in a restaurant. Pizza grind. I've been there for about 2 years, and I'm trying to get the fuck out.
I guess my biggest stressor is just the fact that I have no clue what I want to do with my life. I now have the ability to make my own decisions, basically going through fumbling until I figure something out.
So I would have to say my biggest stressor is not being able to help everybody, you know? It's like I work in a car dealership business in a body shop, so right now there's an incredibly hard time finding parts for certain vehicles, and not to mention we're just like crazy busy, where it's like people come in, it's like I have to schedule them out a little bit. I can't help them right then and there just because I have way too much going on in the shop. Yeah, that's just what usually keeps me up at night.
Definitely things like going out or talking to lots of random people, like going to college some days. It's like there's so many people, it's just that I can't handle with all of them. It's just, that's very stressful for me. So big social events, anything along the sorts, I'm quite introverted when it comes to real life. I mean, I don't go outside a lot just because I don't like it, but I've always liked food. I always like eating, and I don't like exercise. But I think gaming definitely hasn't helped with that. But especially with the rise of things like VR and shit, things like Beat Saber, it at least gets more activity, and so I feel like I'm getting somewhat more healthy if I play more active games. So I'm a big fan of VR for things like that.
The war in Ukraine. Oh, because my girlfriend's Ukraine, and like her family are very terrifying to go into that house when a war going on in the country. So it's like I'm somehow in danger because they're on stress levels, you know, like I walk in and they say hello Alan, and I'm like, please don't hurt me, please, I'm only a child.
Well, the most stress I had to do with is more about the rat race situation. You know how it is where people will try to compare themselves with another person and trying to figure out a way to be as better as they can be, but at the same time they realize they're inside some sort of cave, and they don't want to get out because they realize they feel like that their capabilities are very low. So with that bad level of self-esteem, I don't see myself in that sort of case. But at the same time, oh god, because it's such a torture, because you really beg yourself to be in that situation because you want to be as best as you can, but you realize you always have a limit to yourself, and people don't put much acknowledgement to that limit because they don't think it's an important part, because they think it's too depressing. So they look at the positive side and be like, hey, look at this, like, look at the talents, look at the possibilities that person can do. You do that too. Well, not everyone can. When you're born with it, you can't control your fate. It's who you are. It's a level of luck. And it's such a torture. It makes you want to slam your head to the wall. It makes you feel like you want to have some sort of control. But when you do that, you have against the world. And whenever you're against the world, you never want to become one with it. Because we're too much constantly comparing ourselves to many people. Because when we do that, that makes us feel like, oh god, I need to be just like this person. Well, you don't, because you're different.
How much do you weigh?
I mean, this is really personal. I've already told you. I probably weigh a little bit more than you. 140. What?
Shane, what's 140? I always love your Ameribus. Kilograms, please. Shane, kilograms, please. Don't use the...
I'm American. Why would I use inferior metric system?
Because I don't understand you, like...
Oh, I go outside. What is it? Oh, it's 30 degrees. I know what 100 degrees it means. It's fucking hot. Sorry, we're pretty weird, so... Markiplier approves. Oh, Chica. Oh, subscribe to Markiplier. That is my message.
A message I would say to everyone is... even though life can be scary sometimes, just give it your all sometimes. Like, sure, you don't know what job you're gonna get, you don't know how the next day is gonna go. Some days can be like extremely depressing, but then you never know, the next day after that, it could be the best day of your life. So keep going, don't give up. We're here to help, you know? I love everyone, but sometimes some people don't know that they need to be told that they're loved. So yeah, just look after yourself, everyone.
Kindness is contagious. When you are kind, you inspire others. Be the spark. Spreading kindness merchandise available now.